What do you have to do to get a response like this?
I think it's a tribute to your charm and your charms of persuasion that you've been able to elicit answers from me which no one ever could dream of doing until today.
I've broken it down into 5 simple steps, and this is what I've taught to all the clients I've worked with. Step 1 is to get people excited about a conversation. That's because most people are boring in conversation and they don't know what to say next. So, the easiest way to make people excited is through phenomenal praise. Here is an excellent example of how to do this.
Do you feel as wonderful as you look?
The tone is a bit formal, but that kind of praise early in conversation does wonders for you for making you likable in conversation. Compliments usually go wrong because people either don't mean them or they don't make it specific enough. There are 3 signs of genuine praise. See if you can spot them here.
What I know of you and what I remember best about you from those early years was the fact that if you said something, Ratan, you always did it. I mean, in those days, we were all very young, and even if it boiled down to small things like, if you said you'd phone, you would phone. If you said you'd write, you wrote.
Make your praise about something people are proud of, put effort in, and is specific. With people you know well and have a good relationship with, you can also start off with a friendly tease.
No, in fact, I'm very poor at keeping up friendship.
Yeah, you can say that again.
Obviously, that's not something you do with everyone, but this kind of friendly teasing is great for people you know well. The final way to get people excited about conversation is to share similarity. As you continue a conversation with somebody, when you notice that you both share a commonality, make sure you explicitly call it out.
You come from an army family.
Yes.
So do I.
Really?
Yes.
We all like people who are like us, so calling out those commonalities will make you more likable. If you want to learn how to do all of these habits automatically, click the first link in the description. Now that brings us to Simi's greatest strength, her question. So let's cover a few types of questions you can use in your next conversations. First is the constraint breaking questions. This is where you ask about an imagined scenario. The reason to do this is it breaks people out of the constraints of their daily lives and allows them to talk about their real emotional motivations.
So if you were, let's say, completely unconcerned about what your family thinks or what anybody thinks, what sort of things might you do? Tell me, Preeti, you are known to be very extroverted, laughing, joking all the time. If there is nobody else around you, what sort of a person would you be?
That generally gets people talking about their hopes and dreams, which is how you know how to connect with them. Now, there is another type of question that's incredibly helpful, and it's actually just one word: why?
A couple of years were just really bad.
Why?
Because I didn't know anyone.
Asking why is a powerful way to get to know somebody. But if you don't do this correctly, it can sound like you are judging them, and that can completely turn people off. So how do you do this well? It's actually really simple. Only ask why when you genuinely care about somebody's reasons. That way, you will automatically convey curiosity and genuine interest with your body language and vocal tone.
Why was it so important for you so early in life to be a mother?
What I'm getting at with these questions is driving down to emotional motivations. But let's say you don't know how to do this well. The simplest thing you can do is to listen for specifics and ask about them.
We feel we're discriminated against.
Hi, Quinn.
But in order to do that, we first have to cover what listening looks like. At the most basic level, it looks like nodding and affirming what they are saying. But it can also mean revealing how you feel. Watch how her whole face lights up here.
He was a very bold and adventurous sort. She first became an air hostess. That was considered something very daring
In those days.
very daring and adventurous in those days.
Once you have moved past surface level conversation, you can call out the emotion underneath what people are saying.
I have watched your political career over the years. It's been a very brave journey. More dramatic than any film script, hasn't it?
Yeah, because at the age of 19, you've got crores riding on you. You're in a profession that's very demanding. It can become overwhelming.
Oh yeah, it is very overwhelming.
This will open people up. And when people open up, let the silence speak.
My father and I were watching a cricket match, and suddenly he said, Mukesh, my back, it's hurting. And in 5 or 10 seconds, that was his first stroke.
Wait for a few seconds before speaking. Others will almost always continue talking to fill in the silence.
Luck would have it, I was in front of him. He looked at me, and the first thing he said was, don't worry, I will make it. That shows you the kind of He didn't ask, where am I, what happened to me. He was more worried about, and I had faith in God.
This video was about how to ask and listen. But to do this well, you also have to first make a great impression on people. If you want to learn how to do that, watch this video.